The Iron Orcs base cost went down. They gain stubborn as long as you have your warlord or your chief in there. Still a max of 35 points. The Goblin Wolf Chariot went up a little bit, but it got one more wound. So now it's a strength 5, tough 4, 4 wounds. The Nasher Dashers. Now I'm not sure how the Fly 6 works or how it's going to work, but having a 12 fly is definitely more reliable than a 3d6. Granted, you have, you know, one in however many chances to get 18, but this way you're consistently getting 12. Now, if I feel like they still have to declare charges, which kind of takes away from the reason why people took them, giving them fly, unless they can just fly right into somebody and not worry about it. I would hope that they can still move into units without having those units flee. Nasher Herd, trust me guys, they do not get as nerfed as you think they did. Your max model count only went down by 10, so now you're basically paying the same that you would be for 50 in this previous version. Git Launcher, Splatterer. Splatter hasn't changed at all, but they moved to a single, I guess, selection. So green-eyed catapults. The Git Launcher now is only armor piercing 2, which I still don't see it as a bad thing. It does do -4 to your armor piercing, or it does do -4 to your armor, and is a D3 plus 1. So really, you're still getting average amount of hits with the Git Launcher. You can still take 2 of each within special. It is maxed out at 2, so it says you cannot have more than these. Overall, I think it's fantastic. Granted, the Green Idol loses his 2-up armor save, and he loses his 5-up ward, but he can still become the BSB. He gets 8 toughness, 6 wounds, and 8 leadership. I think it's a pretty decent trade-off, getting +2 toughness, and you know, you're losing 1 wound, but still he is okay. Who else is watching? So I'm not very good at this live stuff. I got it working, and then I just completely didn't realize it was actually working. Yeah, these changes are not bad at all. Internal balance, I think, is really, and there's some things that I would change, but overall, 95% of it, I am in total agreement with. The increase in price for trolls, I don't understand. But other than that, it's not too bad. There's not really much else to go over in terms of this book. It's, you know, don't knock it till you try it. I know Tuna said the same thing about his book. I was listening to his on the way home, trying to get an idea of what to go over. But overall, I really like the changes, especially the fact that nets. You know, you can take 20 goblins and pay only 20 points for nets, or you can take, you know, instead of using the 25-point mother's banner, the mother's gift banner for skirmishers, you just take the 20 of them and you're paying 20 points for poison. But then again, you are paying 20 points for skirmish and 20 points for throwing weapons, so you're paying 60 points for. No, you're getting a 120 point army, or a 120 point unit, minus the command. But overall, I think they did a really great job when looking at the rules and the magic as well. Everything, to me at least, lines up. Now, I will be uploading a battle report for that I had against my brother, Tuna, and that's basically us playing on the same rules, or on the rule set for the .99 with the new rules and the new magic. So that's, I'm hoping to get uploaded tonight, if I can get it working, because I haven't done it from my iPhone yet. So let me just go back to the beginning and start out with the, so we'll go over magical items real quick. Again, I don't know if it recorded it or not, but the Axe of the Apocalypse, it's not only for orcs now. So if you want to take a bunch of goblin heroes, or take a goblin hero and throw him, give him that give him a plus D3 strength and attacks axe, by all means do it. Backstabbing dirks are not just for models on foot only anymore. We have our own version of the Skull Splitter bow. It's a zapping bow. It's pretty nice. The totem went down in price. Lucky Boar's Leg, I still don't. I don't know if I'd ever use it. I mean, it could be nice if we went with an all-cav army. Let's see. Magic Mushrooms just basically adds 1 to casting. Iron Arc Warlord went down in price. Their shield went down in price. The chariots went down. Warg, the special rule, the army-wide special rule, you actually have to purchase now. The Orc Shaman, he had a few things drop in price. So the drops in price make up for the increases in price in other places. One thing I forgot to mention, the Gargantula. This is probably one of my favorite little upgrades. Now, he did go up a few points, but it's not significant enough to cause panic. The web launcher, I think I'm going to take it every single time now, because it does minus D3 to initiative, and any unit that it hits has dangerous terrain, has to take dangerous terrain if they move. So it is absolutely amazing. Now, Tuna's saying my voice came in at Wolf Riders. So what I was saying about the Wolf Riders is that the Goblin Raiders, there's really nothing to change for the Wolf Riders. Except for there's nothing to change for the Wolf Riders. The Spider Riders, though, can now get throwing weapons, which I think is awesome. It's an awesome anti-chaff use. You're throwing 10 tomahawks, quick to fire. You move 14 inches. You can get anything on 5, hit on 5 up, and most chaff's gonna be tough 3, so you're winning on 4s. Chances are you'll get at least 2 wounds out. And then you could be on the flank of them, or you can be behind them so they can't charge you the next turn. They'll have to turn, or they'll have to move somewhere, and you can just walk with them basically and just continue throwing tomahawks at them. Mad Gets haven't changed. The Shady Gets, I'm not sure if this is a change or not, but they do get, when they're released, they get the lightning reflexes and +3 initiative. The Forest Goblins are still viable. They've added the whole Tricksy Goblin stuff. So their Mother's Kiss is poison, and it acts just like nets. So on a 1, you give poison to your enemy. On a 2 up, you take poison, or you have poison attacks. However, the poison attacks are only for combat. There's no shooting poison. Feral Orcs did go down a little bit in points. The Ed Bashers, they basically stay the same in price, except the base cost went up just a little bit. Still, these changes are not bad whatsoever. It just gives you, with the amount of price drops that have come through, the amount of extra stuff you can add is somewhat overwhelming. I just saw a lot of stuff on the forums about it, and I think this is a great change. Minus the fact that you get paper green tide. That's the only thing that I'm kind of bummed about. But you've got a 35-point Goblin Chief that's 4s all the way across the board, basically, from weapon skill to toughness. Which, if you get a Cave Goblin one, he's pretty much all 4s except for his wounds and attacks and leadership. So he's a pretty decent hero, and only for 35 points. So the internal balance here is nice. Prices went down book wide, so definitely more options to choose from. So with that, I will end this live stream that I've so horribly jacked up, because I guess I started live streaming before I was even ready to live stream. So next time maybe I'll have other people that are more experienced with doing live streaming and help me out. I think myself and what's his name, James from Chire Fantasy, we're going to be doing an extensive book review together while we're at Brawler's Bash, probably on a Friday night. We're just going to sit down both in front of the same computer, more than likely, and we're going to sit there, we're going to talk about this book. We may have Tuna jump in on this as well. We may talk to him about the Warriors of the Dark Gods book, just to get everything. But we may see if we can get Wi-Fi at Brawlers and see if we can get some other popular YouTubers to jump in on the live stream. So with that, I will say good night, and yeah, that's it. Just good night.